Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Is the screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In last lecture, I told about log-based recovery method. As you all know, in log-based recovery method, generally we refer log file to recover the values of various data items which have been affected by the transactions. And generally we perform either undo operations or redo operations. And this log based recovery method for both type of the modification, immediate database modification and deferred database modification. Today you all are going to learn about log based protocol. Actually, log based protocol is for concurrency control. I have already explained about concurrency, and if you allow concurrency in your system, then you have to control that concurrency. And concurrency control manager is a module of database management system which control the concurrency. Our function of concurrency control manager is to control the concurrency. Actually, what we have done in concurrency control, we maintain the order of confliction so that result to avoid the racing condition and result should be same if we allow the concurrency. If your concurrency changes the end result, then we will not allow that type of the operations. So generally, concurrency control protocol ensures the serializability, guarantees the serializability. And if your schedule is serializable or recoverable, there is both requirement. Your non-serial schedule should be serializable and recoverable. Then we can say that concurrency is controlled in our system. So there are two approaches. Suppose first we allow the non-serial schedule and then we check whether the given schedule is serializable or not. Then it is time consuming. So second approach is we should design such a non-serial schedule which should be both recoverable and serializable. The goal of concurrency control is to develop concurrency control protocols that will assure serializability and recoverability. Both. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
What I am saying, concurrency control is very important things, and concurrency control manager module of DBMS generally ensures the serializability and recoverability. And if we assures serializability and recoverability, then only we can say that concurrency is controlled in this non-serial schedule, or if we execute concurrent transactions in a system, means we have to ensure isolation property. There should be a logical isolation among the various transactions. Means if we do any change by a transaction, there should not be any interference in the other transactions or in the execution of other transactions. Then only we can say that we achieve isolation, logical isolation. Did you get it, Mileni?
Yes, sir.
Now, in concurrency control, First one is to enforce isolation property. And second one, to preserve database consistency. So as you all know, serializable schedule preserves the consistency of database. And again, if any confliction occurs between read-write, write-read and write-write, then we have to avoid that confliction. If two transactions are accessing same data items and one perform read and other perform write, then there is a confliction and we have to maintain that order in non-serial schedule. Otherwise, end result will be changed. If both transactions are accessing different data items, then there will be no problem. If both are accessing same data item and perform read operations, then there will be no problem. So to resolve the read-write, write-write conflicts, this is also the function of concurrency control manager. Again, there are various protocols for concurrency control. First protocol is lock-based protocol. There are various variations in this lock-based protocol. First one is two-phase locking protocol. Two-phase locking protocol. Second one is strict two-phase locking protocol. Two-phase locking protocol. Third one is rigorous two-phase locking protocol. And last one is theoretical concept conservative two-phase locking protocol or conservative locking protocol. This is conservative locking protocol. Conservative locking protocol. Then second is time stamp ordering protocol. Time stamp ordering protocol. Third one is graph-based protocol. Fourth, validation-based protocol. Fifth one is multi-version timestamp protocol. Timestamp ordering protocol. Sixth one is multi-granularity protocol. Multi-granularity protocol. One by one, I will explain all types of the protocols. Okay. Actually, these topics are in Unit 5. So I will cover both Unit 4 and 5 simultaneously. There will be context switching between 4 and 5, and then both unit will be completed simultaneously. Why? Because to understand log-based protocol, we need serializability and recoverability. And deadlock topic is unit 4, but to understand the deadlock topic, first you have to understand the log-based protocol. And there is a problem of deadlock in log-based protocol, but there is no problem of deadlock in timestamp ordering protocol. That's why first we explain the log-based protocol, and then I will cover deadlock topic, which is in unit number 4. Okay, Mileni.
Yes, sir.
Now, log-based protocol. Actually, in log-based protocol, here we use log. If any transactions Ti wants to perform read operations on a data item Q, then that transactions Ti will send a request to concurrency control manager for acquiring the lock in shared mode on that data item. If lock is available, then concurrency control manager assign that lock to that transactions. And when transactions get locked from the concurrency control manager, perform the read operations, and after performing the read operations, return lock to the concurrency control manager. And then concurrency control manager will assign that lock to other waiting transactions. Generally, there are two types of the lock. One is shared lock and another one is exclusive lock. And shared lock is represented by S and exclusive lock is represented by X. If any transactions Ti want to perform only read operations on Q, then Ti will request for shared lock or request for lock in shared mode. Okay. And if Ti wants to perform both read and write operations on Q, then Ti will request for lock in exclusive mode. Did you get it? Hello, Mileni?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because this queue is shared among various transactions Ti, Tj, Tp. So if any transactions want to perform read or write operations, then first that transactions acquire the lock and then perform the operations, and after performing the operations release that lock and return to the concurrency control manager, and concurrency control manager will assign that lock to other waiting transactions. Okay. And syntax for requesting the lock: if any transactions want to request exclusive lock, then syntax is lock X on data item A or lock X on data item Q. If transactions wants to perform only read operations, then we will write lock underscore s a, means request for lock on data item A in shared mode. Okay. I hope that you understood this concept. Now concurrency control manager will use compatibility matrix, lock compatibility matrix for assigning the lock to the transactions. So what is the meaning of this lock compatibility matrix? Actually, and this is X, again shared mode and exclusive mode. This is the existing lock on data item. Existing lock on any data item Q. Any data item Q. And request for lock. Request for lock. Suppose existing lock on any data item is in shared mode. Okay. Means any transactions acquire shared lock on data item Q. And another transaction Tj request shared lock on that data item, then whether in this case CCM concurrency control manager will grant that lock or not, please let me know. Mileni, suppose we have data item Q. Ti wants to perform read operations on Q, so request for lock S on Q, and this lock is granted to Ti. Another transaction Tj send request lock S on data item Q. Now let me know whether concurrency control manager will grant this lock to Tj or not. Mileni. Hello. Did you get it? Devyanshi. कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शंस टीआई है वो रीड ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करना चाह रहा है ऑन क्यू, तो ऑब्वियस है रिक्वेस्ट करेगा लॉक को शेयर्ड मोड में, और कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शंस एक्वायर नहीं किया है डेट लॉक, इमीडिएटली सीसीएम उसे ग्रांट कर देगा. लेकिन सिंस concurrency is in the system, so another transactions Tj also wants to perform the read operations on the queue, so we'll send the request through this syntax lock underscore s on queue. So please let me know whether concurrency control manager will grant lock on that data item to Tj. मिलेनी.
Yes, sir.
करेगा या नहीं करेगा?
Sir, करेगा.
हाँ, ये कंपेटेबल है क्योंकि रीड क्यू में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं ना मिलेनी.
Yes, sir.
अगर ये रीड परफॉर्म करना चाह रहा है रीड क्यू शेयर्ड मोड में तभी तो कर रहा है, और ए भी रीड क्यू परफॉर्म करना चाह रहा है, तो क्या कोई कन्फ्लिक्शन है? ये इमीडिएटली दे देगा कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
तो इसका मतलब अगर एग्जिस्टिंग लॉक इज इन शेयर्ड मोड एंड रिक्वेस्टिंग लॉक शेयर्ड मोड है, तो बोथ आर कंपेटेबल. डिड यू गेट इट? हेलो,
Yes, sir.
देयर विल बी नो कन्फ्लिक्शन। लेकिन आप अब ये बताइए, अगर क्यू पे कोई आइटम जो है रिक्वेस्ट भेज रहा है एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में, टीआई क्या कर रहा है, एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में। आई एम ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir. बीच में नहीं आ रही थी आवाज, अब आ रही है।
क्यू।
सर फिर से अब नहीं आ रही।
हेलो,
यस सर, अब आ रही है।
suppose TI wants to perform read operations as well as write operations on queue, then TI will request for lock in exclusive mode on data item queue, and concurrency control manager immediately assign that lock to TI. Why? Because that lock is not held by another transactions. Now during that time, another transactions also want to perform read and write both on queue. So let me know whether this is compatible or not.
No, sir.
No. Why? Because suppose this is performing read operations on queue and TJ want to perform write operations on queue. So read and write confliction. So unless that lock is held by TI, we will not provide that lock to another transactions. Okay. After the completion of read and write, when TI will release the exclusive lock, and then we will assign that lock to TJ. And in this way, we can avoid read write and write read confliction. Did you get it? हेलो।
Yes, sir.
तो ये कंपेटेबल नहीं है, ठीक है। अगर एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में है और ये शेयर्ड मोड में भी चाह रहा है, अगर ये सेकंड वाला शेयर्ड मोड में चाह रहा है, रिक्वेस्ट करना चाह रहा, तो क्या ये कंपेटेबल है? क्योंकि हो सकता है ये राइट परफॉर्म करे और ये जो है क्या कर रहा है, रीड कर रहा है, तो राइट रीड ये भी कंपेटेबल नहीं है। और अगर एग्जिस्टिंग एस में है और एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में चाहिए तो भी कंपेटेबल नहीं है। और ये एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में है और ये भी एक्सक्लूसिव मोड में चाह रहा है तो भी कंपेटेबल नहीं है। डिड यू गेट इट?
Yes, sir.
कहां पे कंपेटेबल है? इफ बोथ
Read
wants
करें
to
both.
perform read operations on the same data item। लेकिन अगर ये क्यू पे कर रहा है और ये पी पे चाह रहा है तब तो लॉक प्रोवाइड कर ही देगा। डिफरेंट डेटा आइटम में नो कन्फ्लिक्शन। तो आपने देखा कि जो प्रीवियस कॉन्सेप्ट है उसी को हम क्या कर रहे हैं, लॉक के थ्रू एंश्योर कर रहे हैं। डिड यू गेट इट? हेलो,
Yes, sir.
आपको फिलॉसफी समझ में आ गई होगी, फिलॉसफी ऑफ लॉक बेस्ड प्रोटोकॉल। तो जो कॉन्करेंसी कंट्रोल मैनेजर है वो क्या करेगा, थ्रू दिस लॉक कंपैटिबिलिटी मैट्रिक्स assign lock to a transactions। Okay, now I hope that you understood this concept, very simple concept, and through this concept we avoid the read write, write read and write write confliction when two or more than two transactions want to perform read write operations on the same data item. If both want to perform only read operations on same data item, then we will allow or we will give lock to that transactions to perform only read operations. So through this compatibility matrix, we will assign the log to the transactions. Is there any confusion?
No,
Yes
sir.
or no? No. Should I move forward? Hello.
Yes, sir.
See here, this is the log based protocol. This is the transactions T2. If transactions T2 perform read operations on A, first send request log S on data item A to concurrency control manager. If lock is granted by CCM concurrency control manager, then T2 will perform read operations. After performing read operations, T2 will release the lock. Okay. And again, if T2 want to perform read operations on B, then we'll send the request log S to B, then we'll perform read operations, and after that log, and in this way display A plus B. But this log based protocol is not sufficient to guarantee serializability. This is the main thing. Through log based protocols, we in some case serializability has been ensured, and in some case serializability has not been ensured. So this protocol doesn't give guarantee for conflict serializable schedule. So we will add some more constants in log based protocol, and we get two-phase locking protocol. And two-phase locking protocol guarantees or ensures conflict serializable schedule, and we will always get conflict serializable schedule through this two-phase locking protocol. And two-phase locking protocol is a variation of log based protocol. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now see this schedule. Then I will explain two-phase locking protocol. Suppose this is a schedule. T1, then T2, read A, write A, and write A. Please let me know whether this schedule is conflict serializable or not. Please let me know. Mileni. This is the non-serial schedule. S1.
Sir, conflict serializable है.
If we draw the precedence graph, then here confliction. So we will from T1, and here right confliction. Then we will draw edge from T1 to T2. So cycle exists in this precedence graph. So we can say that S is not conflict serializable. Conflict serializable. Now we will apply log based protocol in this schedule. Okay. And what is the log based protocol? Here the role of concurrency control manager. Suppose this is the CCM, concurrency control manager. Okay. Now we actually here see T1 transactions want to perform read as well as write operations on data item A. So which type of the log is required for transactions T1? Let me know. Mileni. Actually, T1 wants to perform both read as well as write operations on data item A. So which type of the lock is required? Shared or exclusive?
Exclusive.
Okay. So first T1 will send a request for exclusive lock on data item A to CCM. Now CCM will see whether this lock is acquired by any other transactions or not. If that lock is not required by any other transactions, then immediately grant that lock to T1 on data item A. Okay. And now as soon as T1 get the exclusive lock, then T1 will perform read A. Now T2 also wants to perform both read as well as write operations on A. So here T2 will also send a request for lock on data item A in exclusive mode to concurrency control manager. But concurrency control manager will say wait. Why? Because this lock is acquired by T1. So T2 has to wait. Did you get it? Hello. In this case,
yes, sir.
Concurrency control manager will not grant the request. Now T1 will perform write operations on A, and after performing write operations, release the lock, unlock A, and now concurrency control manager deassign that lock, deassign lock from T1, and now lock is available, so immediately grant to waiting transactions T2, and as soon as T2 gets the lock, perform read A and then write A, and after performing the read and write, again release the lock, and here deassign from T2 transactions, and if T1 performs commit, then commit, and here also commit. And if any another transaction is waiting for lock on data item A, then lock is available and CCM will provide that lock to another waiting transactions. Did you get? Hello, Mileni. Hello. Now after applying log based protocol, we get schedule S2. So let me know whether S2 is conflict serializable or not. See the schedule and let me know whether S2 is conflict serializable or not. Mileni. Hello, I am audible or not? Please let me know whether S2 is conflict serializable or not. Now there will be no confliction. Why?
voice clear नहीं है.
I am audible or not? Hello? Mileni? Himanshu? Are you there or not? After applying log-based protocol, we
Yes, but voice clear नहीं आ रही.
after applying log-based protocol, we get schedule S2. Please let me know whether this S2 schedule is conflict serializable or not. S2 शेड्यूल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिलेजिबल है या नहीं है? क्योंकि हमने क्या किया है, जो भी डेटा आइटम असाइन कर रहे हैं उसको थ्रू लॉग बेस्ड प्रोटोकॉल से असाइन कर रहे हैं, तो यहाँ पे कोई चांस है ही नहीं कन्फ्लिक्शन का. वाई? बिकॉज फर्स्ट T1 completes its execution and then T2 completes its execution. Now this is serializable. So there is no cycle in this schedule and S2 is conflict serializable. So after applying log based protocol, we get serializable schedule. But in some case, after applying, we get a schedule which is not conflict serializable. So this protocol doesn't ensure this serializability or doesn't give the guarantee to obtain conflict serializable schedule. But if we will apply two-phase locking protocol, then definitely we will get conflict serializable schedule. Means two-phase locking protocol ensures conflict serializable schedules. If we draw precedence graph for S2, so there are two nodes T1 and T2, and here write A and read A. So we will draw edge from T1 to T2, but no edge from T2 to T1. In right and right case, also edge from T1 to T2. Since there is no cycle in this precedence graph, so we can say that S2 is a conflict serializable schedule. Now this is the another schedule, and apply log based protocol in this schedule and let me know whether you get conflict serializable schedule or not. This is read A, then read A, again write A, then write A, read B, write B, and again read B and write B. Please apply log-based protocol on this schedule S3. Mileni.
Yes, sir.
Apply log-based protocol on this schedule. And please let me know after applying the log-based protocol, whatever schedule we get, whether that schedule is conflict serializable or not. And as you all know, T1 wants to perform read as well as write operations on A. So first request for exclusive log on data item A, and T2 also wants to perform both read and write on A. So T2 will also request for lock in exclusive mode on data item A. After that, T2 will send the request for exclusive lock on data item B, and then T1 will send request for exclusive lock on data item B. And in this way, we will get another schedule. And please let me know whether that schedule S4 is conflict serializable or not. मिलेनी, क्वेश्चन क्लियर हो गया? क्या करना है? हेलो, हिमांशु, ये जो शेड्यूल S3 है नॉन सीरियल शेड्यूल है, आपको इसमें क्या अप्लाई करना है? लॉक बेस्ड प्रोटोकॉल. And after applying log based protocol, we will get another schedule, and please let me know whether that schedule is conflict serializable or not. At present, this is not conflict serializable. If we will draw precedence graph, then in this case confliction, so we will draw. Now in this case confliction already exists. In this case read write confliction, then we will draw from T2 to T1. So cycle exists in this precedence graph. So S3 is not conflict serializable. Now we will allow accessing on various data items through log based protocol, and we will get another schedule. And please let me know that schedule, whether that schedule is conflict serializable or not. Please apply and see whether schedule S4 is conflict serializable or not. But in this case, whatever schedule we get after applying log-based protocol, that is still not conflict serializable. So we can say that log-based protocol is not sufficient to ensure serializability. And if we apply two-phase locking protocol on S3, then we will get a schedule which will be conflict serializable. So we can say that two-phase locking protocol ensures the conflict serializability, or definitely we will get conflict serializable schedule. In next lecture, I will explain two-phase locking protocol. Now time is over and let me download the attendance, and in next lecture I will explain two-phase locking protocol.